During my time, we also were able to develop a volunteer program so that children who were not of the Catholic faith could worship in the church of their own denomination, and volunteer families would come and take them to church. After a year and a half at Cottage One with the teenagers, one of the sisters in charge of the boys' cottage was transferred, and so I moved in to take care of the boys. During this period, the administrator, in her infinite wisdom, thought it would be wonderful if we started cooking the meals for the children in the cottages. So the kitchens were revamped, so we had the privilege of preparing hot meals every day for 12, 16, 18 children. The idea was that the children would like to learn how to cook. And that wasn't exactly on their agenda. In the boys' cottage, one of my fondest memories, it was revived when I saw the young men, the Boy Scouts, carrying in the colors. I thought I wanted to normalize the experience for the children as much as possible, and was really thrilled to be able to establish a Cub Scout troop and become its den mother. And the boys went through the little Webelos and the Cub Scouts and all the activities, and we're very proud of their uniforms. It was important to me that there be as many growth-producing opportunities and also to have as many enrichment opportunities for the children so that their lives would be more full. One Christmas we had the idea, wouldn't it be neat if Santa Claus would come and visit? Well, do you know he came on a helicopter and he landed right on the lawn of Cottage One. And that was quite exciting, and the dog and the little children, the youngest, really didn't know quite what to do with that. We were also always involved in caring for our pets, in retrieving stray pets. And my little boys always seemed to be able to find the newest litter of puppies or kittens anywhere, and we would be taking them in and establishing a little newborn nursery, etc. I'm eternally grateful for not only the staff that worked at the villa that made it possible to give the best experience we could to the children and to meet their individual needs, but for the many community volunteers who enriched the program, provided respite care, if you will, for the full-time staff. And one of my volunteers at that particular time in history was a young social worker involved with the basketball over at Our Lady of Lourdes and in the Richmond area. And he would call and he'd say, "Sister, didn't realize, but we've got a game. Can I take some of your boys to the game?" And I would say to him, "I don't care what time you come, please, just come." That volunteer got his early training in Cottage One and became the administrator of St. Joseph's Villa, whom was introduced last night, Ray Pardue. And I don't know if Ray is here today, but I thank him for all the investment he made in making my life easier on Friday nights when I was in Cottage One. There was another very special opportunity that was presented at one time. A little family, newly arrived in the country, came, and we were able to provide employment for the parents who became house parents. The children had previously been with us at the villa, and as the family lived in Cottage Two, it was a wonderful opportunity for the little boys and the youngsters, which were young boys and girls in that cottage, to bond and develop very much of a neighborly atmosphere. And the parents would take the children out in a large vehicle to many beach trips and swimming events, etc., like Mr. Prophet and the other staff of the villa had been able to do for the older children. And I'm very pleased that that family that had been cared for here, those children are very successful business people in the Richmond area, and I'm very proud of them and all of the children that were in our care at the time. And we just pray for them every day, for all those whose lives we have touched. And I believe firmly that we stand, just as I stood, on the shoulders of all those sisters who served here before me, some of whom are here today and were my mentors. And as you stand on the shoulders of those who went before you, I pray that God will give you the wisdom and the strength and the grace that He gave us to go forward into the future with all its challenges and all that is unknown, but with a heart that is full of love and belief, so that you too will never stop believing in the potential of children and families to become their best selves. So thank you very much for continuing the mission of the Villa, and God bless you.